everybody, and welcome to the first qualifier of the Alienware Awesome Cup tournament. My name is Slow Wolf, and joining me today on this casting team is the one, the only, forecourt Jester. We've got a full day of Awesome Knots ahead of us. Jester, how you doing today?
Oh, doing absolutely fantastic here, Mr. Wolf, because it is the first time I've been involved in an Awesome Knot Cup since I believe last year, and man, do we have like a record turnout today. The Alienware Awesome Cup is putting forward records.
A huge record at that. We have 128 teams signed up for the qualifiers. That after we expanded the number of people who could sign up, we still filled it up. This is huge. This is the biggest Awesome Knot tournament to date. And I think that has a lot to do with the prize pool.
Oh man, the largest prize pool in the history of Awesome Knots, and like we're doing it all here. The qualifier top 2 of today is going to go forward into the finals in January, and man, like we just have some massive prizes available to everyone. We got just it's just really good to see this kind of tournament coming to Awesome Knots, because this is exactly what the competitive scene has been asking for a while now.
Oh, they've just wanted something to chew, and they wanted something to watch, and this has definitely delivered on that front. We have a lot of teams here, and some of them pretty well known. Some names like Three-Headed Monkey might be important to remember. Team Boss. We have Team All Stars, which has Nada Pop and a couple of other people that we know very well.
That's Team Ion.
That is Team Ion. Okay, my bad.
All Stars is, I believe, Cannoli.
Cannoli. No, he's on Three-Headed Monkey.
Cannoli, he's not.
No,
not today.
Not today.
But Three-Headed Monkeys, All-Stars, Ion, like we have some names that have been there from the beginning. We have some history with these guys because we have been around the block here with Awesome Knots before. It's really good to see them here into this tournament because, again, cash money prizes. Like, it's drawing everybody here.
It is. It really is. And it's going to be really exciting to see all the new teams that have come out, too. Out of these out of these 120, I'm expecting to see at least a couple of gems shine through the rough here. And even if there is some rough, the rough is going to have a really good experience out of all this. I desperately hope that it's going to be a positive experience for everybody. In fact, I'm pretty sure it will be.
Well, because we had to expand the tournament bracket, 128, we had to change it for best of 1. Round 128, round 64, best of 1. So basically, you got to put your best foot forward. Everyone is doing the notch drafter. We're getting out the bands, the picks. Everyone is just really coming out in top shape today. And we're going to be covering 2 games initially here from the round 128. And we're actually in the midst of just setting that up. So it's just moments away from seeing the first action here of the Alienware Awesome Cup. I'm just all tickled pink because, like, what are we going to see? It's patch 2.8. They just came out with it this week. A slew of changes. Tell us a little bit about, like, what do you expect to see with the changes, with some of these picks coming forward?
Okay, well, the majority of the changes were mostly polished stuff.
Yes.
Changes to how Froggy's fish gun looks or Coco's lightning ball looks.
It
but
looks
there were
so good.
a couple of, yeah, it does. It really does. But a couple of other things were important, though. Swiggins got a couple of mechanics changes.
Yes.
He doesn't drop anymore whenever he tosses out his anchor, and a couple of other visual things. For instance, he now actually shows the anchor getting to him, which means that there's a slight delay for when he can do stuff. And also Voltar took a bit of a hit as well. So those Voltar players who are expecting to do the Voltar train, well, that train might just be parked for this tournament, but we will find out. I'm sure that somebody could prove me wrong on that one. Aside from that, though, we all have a couple of other visual changes. I believe that you were quite psyched to see the mini-map.
Yeah, when I came into my first game here in 2.8, which I think was like back on Wednesday, we queued up, we played some games. It's just the mini-map icons on the mini-map are actually like icons. They're no longer dots. I know who that is at a glance. That is just so good. And, you know, it's really good to see, again, Ronimo, they push forward a lot of polish changes. This is at least our second polish week that we've been, around. As I said, Awesome Knots, between 2 and 3 years now.
Yeah,
I
on
believe
Steam
it was
anyway.
2 Christmases ago that we actually got together. We were introduced, and we've done a few tournaments there. But the polish week, like Ronimo's still commitment to this game. It's heartwarming.
Yeah, and it really comes together. I think this is going to be a really good way to show off how that commitment has paid off for the community and the people that play this game and that are passionate about this game.
Yeah. It's going to be an amazing day. So
I'm excited.
You know, let's talk a little bit about our first game that's going to be coming up here. It is going to be Just Ice up against Firemountain Orange. Tell us a little bit about this.
So on Just Ice, we have Froggy, Clunk, and Sentry. On Firemountain Orange, we've got Clunk, Voltar, and Genji playing. these are really interesting makeups. Just Ice having a very damage-heavy team between the Clunk and the Sentry, explode into Black Hole Sun, and Frog, lots of burst damage. And then Firemountain Orange having a very support defensive team between the Clunk and the Genji, who can help set up explodes, but who also has the shield to help protect Voltar. So that could show some interesting synergy. What do you think?
Well, having like a double healer, double support, as you said, and then a Clunk to hide behind, I mean, that could become an outlasting comp. But as you said, Just Ice has a lot of big bursts. The black holes have been very popular for a while now. And, you know, the self explodes, and you got a great setup there with the Froggy, with the dash, with the tornado. That stun could easily set this up. The snare bites on both sides.
Oh, the amount of burst that Frog puts out is massive too. And also, keeping in mind, Voltar recently nerfed, so this could be a very tough battle for Firemountain Orange. But I've never seen either of these teams before, so this ought to be interesting either way.
All right, so guys, round of 128. This is going to be game one, best of one. So again, you know, you got to put your best foot forward. Just Ice and Firemountain Orange. We're going to be jumping right in.
All right, so as we're coming into this game, we are on Aiguillon, everybody, so we all know what Aiguillon is about. We've got ganks, we've got lots of teamwork having to happen. We have to work together in order to win these fights. On the red team, we've got Kite on the Frog, Judgment 9 on the Sentry, and Tamiko on the Clunk. On the blue team, we've got Zuliard on the Clunk, we've got Big Boom on the Voltar, and we've got Sling Green on the Genji.
Now, I'm looking at the Voltar pickup there. He did go with the Solar Crabs. So early on, he's going to be looking to do some trading, get that healing up so he does get a little bit of cash money there in his pocket. Go for the early burst, but whoa, already Genji down half.
Yeah, he's going to be fine, though. Walk away. Dash NATO does do a lot of damage, but by itself is not going to do much against a Genji with access to the Cocoon. Zuliard going in for the bite, but he's going to get exploded. He did not end up dying. But the Black Hole Sun almost pulling him out again. Like, that was a really risky move coming in from the bottom here. I don't know what Zuliard was thinking, but Zuliard getting healed, Big Boom, getting the money out of it. So we'll see if that works out in their favor. I bet you that it will.
Yeah,
in the meantime, this top lane getting pushed.
Yeah, with that kind of burst, like again, the Voltar is just going to be really feeding off of that to get his gold income going, his solar income. Yeah, it just needs to start really piling up early on. And then, you know, at some point, well, at least what we used to see is at some point we would see the Voltar just have enough power to just kind of propel that train forward. But as he said, he was hit with the 2.8. Not entirely too sure if that train is actually going to get to leave that station. We do now have a split 2-1 on both sides. Frog's going to be down there, but there's the combo again, nearly once more, taking down the blue Clunk.
Yep, Black Hole Sun into Explode is a massively popular combination these days. And Voltar having to go back home, leaving Zulard by himself.
Yeah, not
with
sure about that one.
Very little HP. Like, that's a risky move, Voltar. I wouldn't have left him alone. But whatever, he's back, and Zulard didn't die. Not yet, anyway. Sentry and Clunk looking to maybe take that first blood at some point. Frog just going down here, split pushing as per usual, and the Genji seems to be the one to go down there and deal with it. Genji now picking up Storm Drum on there, so that he'll be able to help split push or deal with the pushes a little bit better with that extra cloud damage coming out.
Yeah, I was thinking about this kind of guy. Like, you really are kind of putting your eggs into the Clunk basket.
Explode, and that's it. Game over for Zulard. First blood going in favor of the red team. Tamiko picking it up with the Explode. Finally, we get to see the Black Hole Sun Explode combo work out in their favor for a kill. And I think that that's going to be a story that's going to keep repeating itself so long as these two stick together.
And that's going to be the big core competency here from Just Ice. But Firemountain Orange, again, like as you said, a little bit more support heavy. They do have two healers, but you know, where's the damage going to come from? The Clunk has the damage, but we don't quite, again, have that burst there with the Voltar. It's going to be on this Genji.
And Explode's going to go ahead and finish him off. The Cocoon, unfortunately, coming out on the NATO and not the Explode. I think either way, he was probably dead. But unfortunately, there goes another kill in favor of the red team. Zulard getting caught out in the Black Hole Sun, but he's going to be totally fine. He's just going to walk out of it, no Explode coming out of Tamiko. Thinking better of it, thinking, you know what, maybe I just won't catch him this time.
Now, a big burst like this, you are going to have to, you know, play a little bit more defensively if you're already going to be down 2 kills and your top tower is just getting pushed and pushed. Again, also the bottom there, because Frog has not really left that lane. He's come up for a few ganks, but he has been doing a fantastic job down there. Ooh, he looks for the combo on top of Big Boom, doesn't quite get it. So, you know, I wouldn't actually be too surprised to see more defensive options coming out from Zulard, because he needs to be able to survive that if he's going to be the front line of blue.
The other thing is that I think that they need to find the aggression with Genji, and right now they aren't getting the Cocoon into the Explode combo that I think that they were thinking of. Oh, Stealth being picked up by Zulard. He might be going in or trying to find something. Kite, dash, no NATO. Sling Green's going to be perfectly fine. Zulard coming in from behind. He gets the bite off, and he's not going to explode. He's just going to take the damage from that. And now he's caught in between the Sentry, the Frog. The NATO comes out. Zulard goes down. Kite picking up a kill with the NATO. And another kill going in favor of the red team. 3-0 for the red team right now. This is looking to be a pretty strong show from these guys right now.
Well, the early game is definitely going in their advantage. You can see Judgment, he's just going to be soaking up all this kind of damage, just trying to continually push out that lane. We got Froggy, he's got to head on home looking for some shopping. But I'm also looking at Blue Clunk. He doesn't have Explode.
No, he does not have Explode, but the red counterpart picking up another kill. Black Hole Sun catching out the Genji. Sling Green coming up here at a really risky time. That might have been a bad move, to say the least. I think that Team Firemountain Orange needs to be a lot more careful about when they engage. They keep coming up from below here and not expecting the Sentry to just deal with them. And he does. Every time he catches them in a Black Hole Sun, it's been a rough go of it. Zulard going down here. He's split pushing, and we have a Frog coming down. Stealth.
Yep. That's the big thing there. Oh, he actually got hit by the bullets. Yeah, so he's Zullard knows that there's a Frog here. Frog's just going to continually eat them for a bit, but he's just stalling for time here so that this push does not amount to any kind of damage. It doesn't look like too many of his teammates are going to come down. Here comes
coming down. Zulard trying to get away. He gets hit by the Explode just barely. He's trying to find some place to heal. Kite just sitting there. What's going on? Zulard gets body blocked and then dashed for the kill. Sling Green tossing out a Cocoon. Kite gets eats it, but it's not going to end up doing very much. What does Sling Green have in terms of upgrades? He's currently sitting on just Stormcloud and the last Parody transformation, so he is trying to split push with those Butterfly droids. But right now, so it's not really showing off anything so far, and they are being picked off quite quickly.
Yeah, 5 kills at this point. Again, early game dominance going the way of Just Ice. And something I've noticed, Just Ice, they stick together a lot better right now. We've seen Zullard caught out. We've seen Genji caught out far in the front. Like, you can't really push up with a Voltar in this because there's so many ways just to get past that front line, especially when Zullard's down.
Yeah, the other thing with the Voltar right now is that it's still early game, and his ability to keep people alive is very, very low. Oh, Black Hole Sun coming out, but it doesn't amount to anything. Unfortunately, Tomiko just not able to go in on that. They were slowed somehow. And as a result, they end up surviving. That looked like a perfect double kill just waiting to happen. But no dice for the red team. Just Dice unable to really capitalize on that thing. Sentry right now working on his auto attack. He's now picked up a lot of damage for his photon launcher for good area denial, making sure that he can keep the lanes pushed out. Him and Tomiko have just been sticking together like the best of friends. Oh, dash, NATO, Zulard getting a bite to try to save himself. Zulard's going to eat and explode as well, but he's just barely going to survive Tomiko's explode. Now 750 damage as he picks up the thermonuclear cleaner to be able to get those explode kills. The faster that Clunk gets that explode damage, the faster that they're going to be able to start really wiping up the floor with Firemountain Orange here.
Well, at a score of 5-0 right now, Big Boom, low hit points. Genji's not looking so healthy either. He's going to be on the retreat. Zullard.
Oh, Kite!
Oh, Zullard!
Dashed into the wrong place. Why he went for that kill, that was pure greed. And then, and the turret ends up picking him off. Tomiko, thankfully, picking up some of the extra solar. Up here, Big Boom gets picked off by the droids, actually. I guess he was just too close. Yeah, coupled with the photon launcher. Judgment really low, but unfortunately, Zulard unable to really get into a position where he can take advantage of it. On top of it, does he even have any explode damage? No, he doesn't. He's got homing missiles. So
he's going auto attack.
Yeah, this game is a slow and painful death right now. Oh, Bite comes out, but it's Bite onto a Black Hole Sun. The explode's going to come out. It's not going to hit anything. Judgment looking to do some harassment. Black Hole Sun coming out. Bite on top of it. Zulard at 1/4 HP, and he's going to run all the way home and get some health that way. Red team forcing him off. And they managed to get a pick on Sling Green as he tried to get a split push down here, pushing his luck just that little bit too far. Gets picked off for it.
Pushing his luck, but the luck wasn't good. That's going to be, again, another big explode on top of Zullard. That tower not looking so healthy. Down to its last bar. Voltar's going to be doing his best, but it's dicey to get out there. Again, I'm really liking the pickup of the Frog. It's really bringing itself into a lot of these. That should be the tower. No. Yep. All right. We will eventually grab it. I was going to say, you're kind of playing with fire there, Frog, but they do grab that solar. And again, solar counts in the top. It's a very clear difference.
Very steep. Twice the amount of solar in some cases, where Zullard, poor guy, sitting at 600 total solar. Oh, and in comes the explode, the bite, the dash, the NATO. It's not going to be enough to kill him. Sling Green, on the other hand, they're running for his life. The homing missiles proving to be too much as Tomiko picks up that kill. Oh, wait, no, he doesn't even have the homing missiles, but it doesn't even matter. Kite picking up the kill on Zullard, who does have the homing missiles with his dash. So just well-placed missile placement coming out of Tomiko down here as he split pushes this bottom lane, gets off the explode to help split push a little bit faster, and they're going for it. Sentry up here doing his best to push up this top tower. Big Boom unable to really do much. Voltar has a hard time defeating pushes on his own. He needs some friends to do it, and he just doesn't have any right now. Big Boom ends up getting killed by a Black Hole Sun into one too many photon mines, and this game is just going the way of red team in a big way. Sling Green trying to defend this top area here, but he's going to have a very tough time. Frog coming in, and Sling Green's just going to go down here and do his best to get some HP and to try to stay as sustainable as possible. He wants to go through here to get back up to the top lane, but he's not going to be able to. Top lane pushing in, all three of them.
Oh,
and
wow.
comes the oh wow, we didn't even need the explode. Black Hole Sun pulling him out, and some Frog later, he's done.
So I'm kind of curious, what was the plan, I wonder, here from Firemountain Orange? We have this Clunk, and then, again, the Genji. I was expecting the damage from the Genji. We see this chase going on, but I don't think it's going to be near enough because we just don't have that burst. Oh, the turnaround! And that is going to be it for Zullard. He is going to drop once more for a 12-1 score. Judgment is going to get out of dodge, though. But still, Firemountain Orange, they got this Clunk, a big frontliner. Genji with the Storm Dome, sure, I can get that. He's going to be a little bit more damagey, but we don't even have Explode on the Clunk. Was it just like a pure auto-attack split push Clunk? Was he supposed to be the front line? Like, there doesn't seem to be a lot of synergy going on here.
I think that he was afraid of, oh wow, 1,000 damage coming out on Big Boom, and the dash to pick him off. Down he goes, Kite picking up the kill as both teams now go back to doing what they were doing before, which is either pushing really hard for the red team or trying their best to survive for the blue team. Sling Green gonna survive this as he's just fast enough to be able to outrun Sentry's movement and photon launchers, so he'll be okay. But as far as Firemountain Orange goes, their team makeup was meant to go for Genji offense, where they can cocoon people into an explode. But I think that they got afraid of the damage potential that.
And that damage potential.
Yeah, that damage potential right there, which is what ended up killing them. Just Ice picking up another kill on Sling Green there, and it's just Voltar defending once more against the entirety of Team Just Ice. Firemountain Orange wanted to do more, I think.
Oh, the body blocks.
Yep, and then out comes the black hole. That's a team wipe. Red team going to go ahead and push down this top tower for sure. They might even get this bottom one if they're good about it. But again, blue team wanted to do more, and I think that the Clunk went left click just because he was scared of the burst, and they tried to go pills and regen, but it was just too little too late. Zullard getting dashed, getting bit, getting exploded.
Oh, wow.
And he's going to go down, and he wasn't even able to really do anything. He just showed up through the bounce pad and then died horribly for it. Sling Green trying to get up here to do something, but that might be a mistake as Kite gets off the dash. Is there going to be a bite? Oh, Cocoon coming out. Tamiko going in for the bite. He gets the bite, and then the explode is going to go ahead and pick him off. Big Boom playing it close to the wire. He's going to go ahead and get away since Kite couldn't quite kill him. And now it's down to the core and the bottom turret for Team Firemountain Orange. This has been a very one-sided match, and I think, honestly, the team makeup, I think, is what killed them here in a lot of respects.
Well, again, like we looked at the team makeup here at Firemountain Orange and said, yeah, we kind of expected this, but they're not building to it whatsoever. They're not sticking together. They don't have any kind of CC. The big wombo is not there. It's very clear here for Just Ice. As you can see, Big Boom gets hit by that Black Hole Sun, but it's going to be Zullard in the back again, going down to the self-destruct of the opponent's Clunk. And it's just, what can you do? You leave towers, you're going to get CC'd, you're going to get into the train, and then you're dead. It's just like, the synergy, Big Boom is going to drop, and it's just unfortunately not there.
Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking without getting exploded. Clunk did not pick it up, and
well, they had to have had a plan coming into it. Just has not worked.
Yeah, it just has not paid off. They do end up picking a kill, their second kill of the game, off on Tamiko at long last. So they managed to get something at the very least before this game's all said and done. But base abilities, ladies and gentlemen, kind of important to pick up, and we don't have any of that. We have homing missiles, which is arguably one of the more awkward upgrades on Clunk in the game. So I'm curious to see, understand why they picked up the abilities that they have, including Twisted Nightmares on the so early on the Voltar. That was an interesting pickup as well.
I like
Genji, the only one that seems to make the most sense from them straight from the get-go.
Well, the Voltar started out with the Crabburger. It's like, yeah, that's great. He's going to heal up this team. They're going to go for the trades, because they have a lot of health that they have available to them. Zullard's going to be okay out of this one. There's not near enough damage from Judgment to take him down solo, but again, he's just stacking up those photons. It's going to clear out the wave. The push has been very real here from Just Ice. We barely have any kind of tower damage from Firemountain.
Kite sees a kill down here. Sling Green maybe in a rough spot as he tries to float away. No, he's going to be fine. Kite's just going to go ahead and deal with the wave. But, Tamiko comes in. Snare bite,
risky.
Explode. He goes down. He went way too close to the flame on that one, and the Prophet of the Moth dies a horribly terrible death. Thank you.
Yeah,
so Zullard now down to a quarter HP, and Black Hole Sun going to come out. It hits. Zullard's going to likely go down to the Black Hole Sun, and he does. Now it's practically the entire red team versus Voltar. We've seen how this ends.
Boom.
Explode. Not going to end up hitting. Tamiko so far surviving, Also by the skin of his teeth. Big Boom looking for a kill. He wants to find it, but he's not going to end up getting it. And almost goes down to a dash NATO combo out of Kite. Kite now looking for an opportunity to kill. Big Boom unable to heal himself with his own heal bot due to the recent changes, and he gets killed by a bite. Kite gets cocooned, and this is likely the end of the game, folks. Sling Green taking a lot of damage from NATO, almost goes down to Kite again, and Judgment coming back into this game. Invisible, though, and they decide not to push. I think they're just playing with us here. Zollard finally picking up Explode. They're going to pick up a kill because of that. Tamiko getting off another big Explode. Black Hole Sun going to keep Zollard there, and then that's a team wipe. That's probably going to be the game right there, as Judgment and Tamiko end off dealing the rest of the damage needed to kill off the core. And that's going to be your game one, ladies and gentlemen. Unless if Voltar can somehow just come in.
He's not.
At one bar? No? You don't think so?
Not at all. Victory will go the way of Just Ice as they will advance here in the round of 128. A lot of teams again here at the Alienware Awesome Cup, but with a score of 26-3, we were almost tripling Solar at the end of all that. They played well. They played extremely well.
They had their team comp. Sentry, obviously one of those characters that everybody can see the synergy with. Yeah. It's just Black Hole Sun and you're good to go with any AoE damage ability. Clunk being a prime example of a good character to use.
1,000 damage max explosions.
Yeah,
it's a killer, man.
Plus Frog. That burst was really real. And Genji and Voltar were not able to keep their team alive in time. Maybe that was a game where Genji should have gone shield or should have gone for more of that defensive route to be able to keep the Clunk alive, and had the red team Just Ice overcommitted, then Firemountain Orange maybe could have pulled the fight together again. But odd item picks and odd item builds just coming out of Firemountain Orange, costing them, I think, the majority of that game there. And very standard item builds and burst damage coming out of Just Ice.
Like the Froggy at the end of it had an item list off the screen. I mean, he was basically maxed item at that point, 2,500 solar in his pocket. But something you did bring up during the game is those base abilities. We didn't have shields. We didn't have the bites. We didn't have the explosions from Blue Clunk, like from Firemountain Orange. They didn't have those base abilities. And that is, half of your kit as a nut going forward. Even if you're not really going to talent it out, you're not going to get those items. That's fine. But you could have done so much more with counter explosions, with snare bites, with shields. As you said, they could have maybe survived the burst.
Absolutely. And honestly, base abilities are the best 135 solar you're ever going
to spend.
Too. It's the some of the cheapest stuff, the cheapest things you'll buy, and some of the best and most important things that you're going to buy over the course of a game.
Indeed.
They offer a lot. So, with that said and done, Just Ice moving forward, winning their best of one.
So we will see them hopefully there in the round of 64. Good luck with your next match. But coming up, we do have another game here from the round of 128, and that's going to be just here after the break, because you guys are watching the Alienware Awesome Cup with Slow Wolf and Forgore Jester, so stay tuned.